Hey y'all, I was out on my bicycle. Let me get stopped. Anyways, um, yeah, the bicycle makes it easier for me to get around. Uh, uh, um, I just meander around pretty slow. Yeah, today's not a good day. I'm really out of breath. But the bicycle makes it easier to get around. Anyways, it is June 3rd. Yeah, I should have made a video on June 1st, and that's would be, we could call it 1 year in review. But don't worry, I'll try to compress 1 year into just maybe 5 minutes, I think, or six, I don't know. But I could have June 1st. Yeah, I could have waited till June 27th to make the video and say this has been 1 year, but I don't know. Both dates had an impact on me. But last May, a year ago, last May, um, yeah, I had to go to the hospital because I was a bit feverish and coughing up blood, and it's not a good thing. And I had a bad cough and I had this pain down here in my lower abdomen on the side, and it was like a spasm pain. And I think that was the night before June 1st. I figured, oh, this is not good. I should go to the hospital. And so yeah, there were the night before June 1st, and I was thinking, yeah, I better do something about this. So I went there June 1st, and I think they fast tracked me when I said I was coughing up blood. Yeah. But anyways, they were suspicious that, with all these symptoms and everything, they ran some tests and they thought, could be a blood clot in your lung. Oh yeah, well, and so eventually they did a CT scan, and yeah, I was there for a few hours, that's for sure. They did a CT scan, and then I'm sitting there waiting for the doctor to come in and give me the results. And then the doctor walks in and says, "Yeah, you got a blood clot in your lung. Actually, two of them." Oh, geez. So I figured, okay, send me home with some blood thinners, and the end of story. Have a nice day. That's when they said they also found a tumor. Yeah, wasn't too happy about that. So the doctor said it could be cancerous. Oh. That was a hard pill to swallow because, as my mom, she died of lung cancer. She never smoked a day in her life, but she died of lung cancer. And you have to remember, it's like you don't start moving on till after the funeral. So, so here I am being told there's a tumor in my lung, roughly about a month and a half after my mom's funeral. Yeah. So you can see it was a pretty hard pill to swallow. So they said you'll get a call from the cancer center, but instead I got a call from a respirologist from a different clinic. I guess they figured, well, we want to check first to make sure it is lung cancer before we send me to the cancer center, because maybe it is benign. So the respirologist ordered biopsy and PET scan, and then it wasn't until June 27th I got the results. So, oh yeah, nothing happens the next day. I mean, you got to remember, there's other people ahead of you. So anyways, June 27th rolls around, and that's when I got the results. Hey, there's a malignant tumor in my lungs, or in my one lung. So it was not the nicest thing to hear. And then they said, you'll get a call from the cancer center. And sure enough, I don't know, at least maybe within the first week of July, I get a call. I go there for my first appointment with the oncologist, and it's like, just walking in there, and it's like, it's like a life-changing thing. It's not very pleasant, and I was somewhat of an emotional wreck walking into that cancer clinic. The first time walking in there, it's like, Jesus Christ, man, this is not good. So, but they have they have people to help you through this and support all that, and I have friends too, which is a good thing, friends and family. And anyways, there I am sitting there at my first appointment with the oncologist, and then the oncologist said, there's also one in your left lung. And then in my right lung, there's a tumor about 35 millimeters, and then up in my upper part of my lung, there's something else. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, it's like my whole body's infested with this. But the upper part, turns out those were just enlarged lymph nodes, so I had like it's like a subclavicle lymphadenopathy and like a paratracheal. So they did radiation therapy on that first, because I guess they wanted to prioritize that before, like, I don't know, worked its way into my brain. But, because it's one thing lung cancer is known for, is spreading to your brain and your bones. Yeah. So anyways, so they did that. They prioritized that, and that shrank the lymph nodes and took care of that. And I was going to be part of a clinical trial, where you'd be going through chemotherapy and some other thing, and one of the strict criteria is your blood cell count. And my white blood cell count was coming back low all the time, and that's part of the strict criteria. And I said, well, we can't wait any longer. We've got to do something. So that's when the doctor gave me other options, such as immunotherapy. Okay, and so I said, the clinical trial's a wash. We'll do this. I can't say I'll be part of the clinical trial while I'm doing this therapy, because all those doing the clinical trial are on chemotherapy. So I'd be right off. I wouldn't be part of that. I wouldn't be on the same page. Anyways, so from in July, in the first part of July, blood work and other appointments and just a bunch of other stuff going on before I finally started treatment, which wasn't until like August. I think August 24th was the first treatment. So the oncologist said, you got immunotherapy. We've seen good results, but we cannot make any guarantees. Yeah, everyone's different. Back then I didn't know nothing about what's going about cancer or anything like that, but now, yeah. So anyways, the immunotherapy. And I thought, I don't have to do chemo. It's just not a good thing. Like they say, the cure is worse than the disease. So started the immunotherapy, which is just an IV infusion every 6 weeks with this drug, which basically, see, cancer plays tricks with your immune system, and the T cells can't really tell that those are the bad guys. But this drug helps your T cells find the bad guys. So anyways, I did that, and then, so as the weeks go by, I think after maybe 2 or 3 treatments, I get another CT scan, because they schedule them every 3 months, which I think they're going to be starting spreading them out now, every 5 or 6 months. Because the thing is about CT scans, one CT scan is equivalent to about 500 chest X-rays. Okay, so yeah, that's a lot of X-rays. So we're going to be spreading them out soon. But anyways, what was it? November 6th, I had a CT scan, and then, after that, I'm sitting around, I'm thinking to myself, the shortness of breath is getting kind of bad. I don't feel so good. And I'm thinking, oh no, maybe the immunotherapy is failing, and I got something the size of a football growing inside of me. And I was like, it was depressing, and I just, I was kind of worried about it might be getting worse, and I was walking into some real darkness there. And some of my friends, they were feeling bad about it too, and so what was, the CT scan was on November 6th, and then the following Friday, I phoned them up. They still haven't given me the results yet, and I phoned them up. I'm like, what's going on? And the nurse said, the radiologist hasn't signed off on it yet. Oh, well, geez, I got to wait longer. So finally, November 15th, I get the appointment, and I get the results, and Oh yeah, the nurse takes you in there first, and he sits you down, and they ask a bunch of questions, and they type shit into the computer, like, any symptoms with this or that, or how you doing with this, or you know, experiencing any of this or that. And she gets to the point where any anxiety. Are you kidding me? Through the roof, man. Oh, she said, okay, I'll see if I get the doctor in here as soon as possible. So about 2 minutes later, the doctor walks in. I guess the nurse kind of relayed that to the doctor, and the oncologist, and she walks in and goes, "You're doing good." I'm like, uh, "Tell me more." So, and she said, I think this was after maybe 2 or 3 treatments of immunotherapy. She said, "This one in my right lung went from 35 millimeters down to 6. The one in my left lung is still same 12 millimeters, but has not growing." Oh my God, it was like tears of joy. I just couldn't believe it. And my friends were quite happy to hear that too. So anyways, yeah. And she said, the oncologist, she says, "Oh, and you have a slight touch of pneumonia." And I thought, oh, that's what's bothering me. Hooray for pneumonia. So, yeah. So anyways, yeah. And from then on, it was like, yeah, still continue on with the treatments every 6 weeks. But then, oh, what was it? Mid-December, something was really catching up with me, and I was having shortness of breath. Yeah, so that was December. Yeah, mid-December. I'm having shortness of breath was getting kind of bad, and for about 3 days, and it's like I'm thinking, oh, it's just not good. And the doctor said, if shortness of breath gets kind of bad, to give us a call. So I'm sitting on the couch, yeah, just sitting there, and I'm like, and then I stand up, and I'm going, ow, oh fuck, oh shit, I think I'm having chest pains. And I thought, I'm having chest pains accompanied by the feeling of, I don't feel so good. I'm standing there looking at my phone thinking, am I about to call 911? So then they all went away. Well, the chest pains went away, so I thought, okay, I'm still going to call the doctor's office. So I called them up and explained the situation, and they said, okay, well, get up here right away, and we'll do a CT scan on you and go to the cancer center, get blood work. Squeetos. So anyways, I get the CAT scan, and I go get blood work, and I wait for the doctor to come in, and the doctor says, well, you're really doing okay. There's nothing wrong with your plumbing. It's just you got a serious lung infection. I thought something wrong with my arteries or something like that. So nope, just a bad lung infection. And I looked at the CT scan. She showed me the CT scan. And, ew, that does not look good. See, now I get the results online because you can get your imaging results online plus the radiology report. And so, oh, and then after that, some anti-germy pills for a week, and then started getting better. But I'm still, I don't know, I still get shortness of breath. And the doctor was explaining that you're a past smoker, you've had radiation therapy, you're going through treatment, you had pneumonia. Okay, so expect some shortness of breath. So, anyways, yeah. So that was December, and then January, February, things were, I'm just starting to get a little bit better. But at first, when I was having that bad lung infection, I couldn't go out in the cold air. That was really bugging me. Cold air made me wheezy. So, anyways, after that, continue on with the treatments, and I think what was it okay, so around close to the end, when it was April 22nd was the last CT scan I had, and after that, another appointment with the oncologist, followed by more treatment. But so this time I'm sitting at home looking at the results, and and this time they scanned my head. I think I mentioned that before. Yeah, I was never so happy to say there's nothing in there. Yeah, because I looked at the radiology report, which was like the next day, which I was surprised because I don't know, it's just the way things work. And so right away, I go to the part for about my head that they did the CT scan on. I'm reading it, and just the conclusion was there's nothing there to worry about. So it was a sigh of relief, and I looked, and I'm looking at it, and it's like as mentioned, the other tumor in my left lung went from 12 millimeters down to about 8, which did that earlier, and it's still holding at 8 millimeters. At least it's not getting bigger. Some shrinkage, but then it didn't mention anything about the one on the right side, and I thought, uh, maybe there's nothing to mention. But I will still let the oncologist have the final say. I'm not going to make my own determination by what I see online and on my results. So, anyways, the oncologist said that one in my right lung, which was 35 millimeters, it's not showing up. Yeah. So I'm just grateful that I was able to go through immunotherapy, and it means I can have a better quality of life. Because with chemo, it kicks your ass for about 3 months, and it might take like another 8 or 9 months to get back to normal. So, however, with this, the doctor said this treatment could go on for 2 years. But the side effects are really not that bad. I might get a bit of fatigue and a headache for like a week later for maybe 3 days, and it's not that bad. But then again, it could sneak up on me in another year and hit me hard. So, anyways, but yeah. So, so lately, yeah, here we are a year later. I still have my good days and bad days, and it's you know, uh, I got friends to lean on. Um, I'm still having the shortness of breath thing right now, but nevertheless, right now, uh, all I can do is wait. I think probably by July I'll have another CT scan, and we'll see how things go from there. Yeah, the last CT scan, that was the results, and nothing else in my body, no other new tumors. So this drug's quite amazing. So I guess you could say, why kill a good immune system when you can put it to good use? Because the situation I was in, it wasn't like cancer spread throughout my whole body. I was in a position where I was still pretty active, still going pretty good, still kind of healthy, and the cancer was isolated to just my chest. So that's why I was able to have good results with this immunotherapy. So yeah. So let's just hope we can, I don't know, go on and be cancer free in the next while, and go just live the rest of my life, as if nothing happened. So yeah, here we are a year later. I'm not doing too bad. Yeah. Anyways, I guess that's about it. Taking up enough of your time. Getting kind of long here in this video. All right.